me and let me make my money. It's gonna be glorious, and it's so close. You could feel it. You could really feel it, and so that's why there's one part of me that I'm kind of like, okay, Democrats, cheat white guys who lay brick. See how that goes. See how that goes. Oh my God. Fuck with these white guys who deliver your food. Cheat them now. Now see how that works. Cheat these guys who are the backbone of your trucking. Cheat them. See what happens. Try to steal a state from these fucking guys and see how it goes. Because nobody's doing the calculations. People like me, every time, what this channel mostly has become is, look at what these dumbasses are doing. Now we're going to hurt them and they're all going to cry. And they always cry. Because we know how to hurt them better. And so it's one of these things now that I'm just sitting back like that. This isn't even effort anymore. Now it's a natural thing. You have too many of these men who are like, I don't have to take this shit. And that's it. It's just done. Yeah. And it's beautiful. And so, yeah, my whole thing is that you have some opportunity as a party to come back, but I don't really know how you're gonna. I think that from this point on, Democrats, you're going to be sort of this languishing alliance of angry people who will be associated with being losers. It is going to change. You see that? Yeah. It's going to be people who are considered losers because you're wrong all the time. You can't look at information and understand things correctly. And it's because, oh, well, what do the Trump people think? Well, then it's the opposite. Ha-ha. And which that's not analysis. Just being, just being a contrapoint is not being an analyst. Just I point out the contrapoint. Ha-ha. That's not analysis. And that's all you guys kind of have now. And it's not going to work in the long run. So best of luck trying to see how you could pull men who want to make their money in. And especially the fact that now the Democratic Party is directly tied to things like Disney. And you're tied to Disney is like this. And Disney has admitted that they discriminate against whites. So to be an anti-racist, especially if you're Christian, you can't side with Disney. That Disney is now this evil kind of quasi-satanic organization that we now know that, everything that's been supposed about them now has been confirmed. That they literally are trying to introduce homosexuality to children because they have some fascination with that, with some that's titillating to them. Fundamentally, it's in some way titillating. It's not something that has to do with some kind of educational. It's something educational about it. Yeah. So and then this idea of, oh no, you see, because we're just making it that it's like everybody is really normal in stories and this and that, and it's like, okay, so where in life do you ever deal with this, and where in some kind of harrowing adventure, why would this come up? And then it's like, no, this is titillating to you guys. This is because you're perverted, and that you're actually all people. There's something about perverts and totalitarian authoritarianism, and then there's this. The last thing I'm going to touch on is this idea that what you're dealing with is actually you're fighting the totalitarian authoritarians. The right wing has no umbrella organization. It's a wing that really is an allegiance of people who hold the same principles. You guys are not that. This has been made, your own actions, the reality, it's ipsa res. We could look at you and see, no, there is not a guiding principle here. This is some kind of weird alliance by your own admission. You guys call it an alliance. This was your allies. Well, the reason you'd be in allies is if you're at war. And the idea being that I'm presuming you're kind of at war with society as a whole, which you see as discriminatory and evil. And especially anything that would be sort of loosely traditional in nature. So something, I guess, that would have existed before your ability to alter it or something. I'm not really, however it's seen. Well, at some point this would mean you would have to do something about those Taoists. Because you see, there would be something that they do or think that you wouldn't like. And you're going to have to do something about that. And I mean, Buddhism, remember, is almost a favorite for Marxists to first court. They court the Buddhists and then they eliminate them. And so this is like, people like me, I know enough about how you guys are duplicitous and full of shit that I can warn people ahead of time. And it's worked. It actually has worked. I've had people kind of make it clear to me, like, yeah, people of like my community, they don't really understand this stuff. They just work hard. They want to get along with people, this and that. When they hear things about communism and stuff like that, they can't really believe it. When they hear, stuff about communism, they're like, oh, there are no communists here, and he's like, now my community's getting, they're communists here, so thank you, they're kind of like, thank you for explaining, like, oh no, these people doing this are actually communists. See, they're just posing as something else, and so that they can kind of shine you on for now. Be like, no, we're not communists. We're just people who agree with you on only one thing. So you all, in embracing Marx and then violent Marxists, have doomed your party. And it really is like you've doomed your party. Your party is now, it was able to erase this part of its history and its tendency toward totalitarian, authoritarian thinking, weird racial mysticism, and stuff like that. And then also working in tandem with, because the Democrats are technically the truly older money party, they actually like every once in a while reminding people that they were there first. But then they realize, like, whoa, don't remind them of that. Because they'll figure out, oh, wait, you were here first. Wait a second. Let me look this up. Oh, shit. The Democrats are like super old money. Like, they go back to the very beginning of old money. Like, they are definitively old money. So, and people who were Democrats generationally, like me, we knew that. People don't get what Cenk Uyghur tries to talk about with the FDR Democrats. He's really what he's really referring to is the JFK Democrats. This extremely short-lived window that changed things, that wanted to change the party. It was relatively populist in nature. The thing is, but Carter fucked up. Carter fucked things up, and fundamentally, with Bush helping him, Reagan kind of stabilized things. And a big part of it is that the Bush family was there. Bush family is old Democrats that bought their way into the Republican Party. And they are literally the Pentagon, like literally, like the Bush family without them and their investments and their network of former Nazi allies in industry and finance and people who helped finance things like the Bolshevik Revolution and the Nazis. Guys like the Bush family, they just would have never been able to pull off something like the Pentagon and arguing for central intelligence. And so, yeah, good luck trying to keep your alliance together, because now you have to deal with, you have so many critics of that which you have gotten wrong. You seem to almost exist as some kind of foil to another party, instead of being sort of your own party that really has, like, absolutely, like, this is what your goals are as a party. You by actions, you are a foil against the other party, which that's not enough. And then it's the key thing is that you have this really ugly history that you can't get out from under. You can't get out from under the history of it, because you keep doing the same kind of pattern of behavior. Totalitarian, authoritarian, Machiavellian, and narcissistic. And you guys you have nothing as far as principles or some foundational cultural heritage that makes you not be like that. Yeah, so that's that. Later.